Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, March 4th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. I saw a Facebook post yesterday that really made my day. My man Dareem, the flower guy on Church Circle, received a citation from Comptroller Francho, and I'll tell you, that is well-deserved. And I'll tell you, Dareem has flowers that are not only beautiful, but seem to last forever. I don't know how he does it, and they're a bargain. So go out and buy a bunch for somebody that you want to make happy. All right, we have some news to share, so shall we get into it? The Maryland State Police put out a weird warning yesterday about ramping up forces due to planned convoys. They say they are monitoring and are prepared, and they say to be wary of mis- or disinformation, and also to monitor the website roads.maryland.gov for any updates. But the weird part was that there was no mention of where these convoys are planned for, when they're planned for, how big they're supposed to be, or how long they're going to last. So I guess just keep your eyes open for a convoy someplace in Maryland. A few pieces from the Maryland Attorney General, Brian Frosh. There was a T-Mobile data breach back in August of 21, and 53 million records were stolen. The information includes names, dates of birth, social security numbers, and driver's license numbers. Yeah, nothing too big there. And now they have learned that more than 1 million Maryland residents' information is for sale on the dark web as a result of that breach. These are current, former, and prospective customers or anybody that may have applied for credit from T-Mobile. So it's pretty big considering that Maryland has like 6 million people total and 1 million have compromised information. The Attorney General is recommending checking your credit reports and consider putting a freeze on your account to prevent any fraudulent accounts from being opened. The other news from his office is much better news. The state has settled a big pharma lawsuit for just shy of $400 million, and that will be doled out to the county and the city over 18 years, along with other counties and cities throughout the state. Now, Anne Arundel County will get about $30 million, again, over 18 years, and the city is going to get about $1.5 million. These funds are to be earmarked to fight the opioid problem. Some new legislation is working its way through the legislature. It's going to allow students in public schools to take mental health days off from school and have it count as an excused absence. Anne Arundel County already has a few of those built into their calendar, but those are scheduled days just to sort of relax your brain, I guess. This bill would allow them to be taken as needed. No doctor's note would be needed when they return, and the student could report it to a school specialist if they wanted, but it is not required. Individual school districts will be able to set the maximum number of days, and the bill has already passed the House of Delegates and is now in the Senate Education Committee before being sent to the full floor for a vote. Maryland Hall will have new leadership pretty soon. After a nationwide search for a new executive director, the board of directors have found one, and she was holed up in Hartford, Connecticut, deeply involved in the art scene there. Jackie Coleman will be wrapping up her current position as the Senior Community Impact Officer for the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving, and she's going to be here in Annapolis a bit later this spring. So welcome, Jackie. And that's it for the news, but here's some podcast news for you. Up tomorrow on the Local Business Spotlight, Current Dermatology and Cosmetics Center, which will be having their grand opening on the 7th. And next weekend, it is Fence and Deck Connection, and they're much bigger than you would think. Please keep the suggestions coming. And as we begin to wrap it up, let's talk about a couple of happenings around town this weekend and next. This weekend is chock full of events, all starting on Saturday. It gets underway at noon at Dillo's in Annapolis. It is the 8th annual Shamrock Stroll. It starts at Armadillo's and works its way up to West Street. It'll be a lot of fun. I hope to see you out there for that. Saturday night is the sold-out Hoolie on City Dock, and Hoolie is just an Irish term for a party where you listen to music, get drunk, and have a great time. That's been sold out for quite a while, so you're going to see a lot of tents up on City Dock. Sunday at 1 p.m., the St. Patrick's Day Parade kicks off. Its typical parade route goes sort of from Maryland Hall down West Street, around the circle, and down Main Street to City Dock. And then to wrap it up at 3 p.m. on City Dock, where the Hoolie was, is Shamrock the Dock, which is a family-friendly, free event with bands and lots of fun going on there. So there's a ton of stuff to do this weekend to celebrate St. Patrick's Day a little bit early. Good luck surviving this weekend. And if you do, save up your energy for the return of the Eastport Democratic Club's Green Beer Races. They're back next Sunday at the Krakow noon because, well, Eastport. Beer and Kool-Aid races, food, drink, pipers, and Dublin 5 will be playing the tunes. Donations are appreciated, and the benefit will be for the Anne Arundel County SPCA and the Eastport Volunteer Fire Company. And remember, you want to set your alarm because daylight savings time is next weekend, and that's going to mean we're going to lose an hour of sleep. Done. And as always, thank you for listening. And if you are somewhere where you can leave a rating or a review, please do. And make sure you let your friends, family, and colleagues all know to follow us. It really does help. A quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: Solar Energy Services, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company, Alpha Engineering, and Rehab to Perform. It's Friday, so I'm going to take this time just to say have a great weekend, be nice to others, do something fun, and keep shopping local. Other than that, we're going to see you on Monday. Now hang tight. George Young from DCMDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather report. All of that in just a bit.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company.
Cleaning your house out to sell it in the near future or next year? I think Rob Tim is the best tagline at the end of his shows when he says,
"Do good deeds."
Rob, we're taking you up on it. Hi, I'm Kristi Neidhardt. If spring fever has turned into spring cleaning, don't worry. We've got you covered. On Saturday, March 19th, we are hosting a free spring cleanup event for WRNR listeners at Northrop Realty on Bestgate Road. Bring up to 4 boxes of paper to shred, along with donations for the SPCA of old towels, bedding, and pet supplies. Plus, we are collecting used books for International Goodwill. Stop by and say hi and get to know us. We want to get to know you. Join us at our spring cleaning event on Saturday, March 19th, 9 a.m. to noon at our Northrop Realty office at 900 Bestgate Road in Annapolis. See you there.
That's another moving moment with Kristi Neidhardt of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company. To get in touch, call 410-599-1370 or visit kn-team.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, March 4th. Yesterday wasn't too bad out across the Annapolis region, despite cooler temps and breezy winds. And outside of today's colder temps, we should see above average conditions into early or mid next week. Look for plenty of sunshine today, but with highs only in the low to mid 40s across all of Anne Arundel County, followed by cloudy temps tomorrow in the mid or upper 50s. With even warmer conditions to follow, with highs Sunday and Monday in the upper 60s to mid-70s each day, with a small but valid chance of some scattered rain showers each day as well, ahead of a return to more average temps in the 50s for the middle and latter part of next week. Okay, that's it for today and this week. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day and weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe, and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, as well as through our website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely download our DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Are you an active adult or competitive athlete dealing with an injury keeping you from being at your best? Then Rehab to Perform is here to get you back to your full potential. R2P is a unique fitness-focused physical therapy company with 4 locations in Maryland. More like a training room and a personal training studio than a medical facility. R2P offers physical therapy for lower back pain, overuse injuries, post-surgery, muscle pulls, chronic pain, and more. R2P also offers rehabilitation for concussions and mild traumatic brain injuries. To learn more, visit rehab2perform.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.